The new Super Mario Bros. Series, or New Soup for short, is a sub-series of the Big Man in Red, and judging by this series' overwhelmingly large sales numbers, with over 70 million units sold throughout the series, I'm sure the vast majority of you have played a New Soup game at least once. After about the third or fourth game though, the Mario community started getting bored of the same old formula recycled over and over again. In fact, there hasn't been a New Soup game since 2012. However, that hasn't stopped the community from making their own creations, like an ordinary NSMB mod. Okay, well, we won't be covering that one specifically, but the one I did want to cover today was newer Super Mario Bros. DS. Developed by the newer team, this is a full reimagining of the original New Super Mario Bros. With brand new levels, enemies, and even a new power-up to boot. This ROM hack is pretty much the quintessential hack for this game. It is really freaking good. And today, I'll be putting my New Soup skills to the test. Hello everybody, and welcome back to yet another challenge video. I'm sure you're expecting me to say, oh, how many coins does it take to beat newer Super Mario? No, I am here to answer the absolute burning question, can you beat newer Super Mario Bros. DS without collecting a single coin? That's right, I'm out to beat the game without touching any coins whatsoever. So let's lay down some ground rules then, shall we? In order to successfully complete the challenge, I need to beat the final boss fight without, you guessed it, collecting a single coin. This means I'm allowing myself to use shortcuts and warps to beat the game, instead of needing to beat every single level in the game. Glitches are also banned. You will see why that's there in a bit. And the last rule, in this game specifically, when you touch the flagpole, you're always rewarded with coins by how far up on the flagpole you land. Since I'm technically not touching any coins, these coins don't count. This also means that the coin counter on the top left of your screen is completely obsolete, so just pretend it's not there. Alright, I think I've covered all my bases for this challenge. If anything of note arises, I'll address it on the spot. So, can you beat newer Super Mario Bros. DS without collecting a single coin? Let's find out. Alright, the first level of the newer Soup. And these are the yucky monsters we'll be avoiding at all costs. So disgusting and so pixelated. In fact, in this game, the camera zooms in and out a lot, and when the camera zooms... oh my god, is that a Koopa Troopa or a bloody booger walking across my screen right now? Yeah, so since I'm playing this game on an emulator using large amounts of upscaling, everything that is 3D modeled looks super crisp and detailed, and everything that is pre-rendered looks like a cataract diagnosis. Well, being this is the first level of the game, it's pretty damn basic. The only slight problem was here with this big piranha plant, but I just damage boosted through them to avoid all the coins above. And we make it to the flagpole easy peasy. 1-2 sees Mario spelunking the cave system below the Mushroom Kingdom, and... this does not look very promising. There's no way this spaghetti-devouring plumber can jump above these steep steps of coins. Well, at least not at this size. If we backtrack to the end of the first level and take the flagpole with the timer ending in 11, 22, or 33, this spawns a red toad house in the beginning of the world, which lets us pick up any power-up in the game. The one we're after is this little blue fella, the mini mushroom. Not only does the mini mushroom allow Mario to fit in between tight spaces, but it also pretty much doubles his jump height. And yeah, you're gonna be seeing flea-sized Mario for the rest of this video. This power-up is absolutely essential to this challenge, so sorry about the rather minuscule nature of Mario. Well, returning to the steps of coins, and it's still not enough height. Well, it seems as quickly as this challenge started, it's already over. Wait a sec. Is that a walking shit smear? Yo, this may actually be the very thing we need. Well, if we let the walking turd make his way down to us, we can use his head as a trampoline, gaining just enough height to soar straight over the coin blockade. Just up ahead here, we're met with a conspicuous-looking red pipe, which houses a secret exit that skips the rest of this level, as well as 1-3 altogether. Our next level is the first tower level of the game. Basically, all tower levels are just long vertical climbs to the top, and while there are definitely a lot of tight squeezes between coins, the ascension otherwise was pretty smooth. Actually, about halfway through the level, there's this door right here, which just leads to a useless star coin, but do you see that little break in the ceiling right there? Yeah, so this room holds the second secret exit of the game, and this one is a game changer. But first, this little runway up here is a bit of a hassle. You can't see it, but there are a bunch of coins littered on the ground. However, the coins are spaced out just enough to where I can jump between the gaps of coins while being completely blindfolded. But after the most intense game of hopscotch known to man, we are graced with a crucial secret exit. We unlock a cannon down below, which lets us completely skip the rest of World 1, World 2, and technically World 3, meaning we can schmoove our way over to World 4. World 4 is a spooky Halloween-themed world, and the first stop here is pretty easy for the most part. There was a tricky set of jumps I had to make atop these dry bones, but other than that, we can reach the flagpole no problem. 4-2 was as straightforward as a level can get, and 4-3 has us ground pounding a bunch of green goo to make progress. This pipe at the end was a little worrisome since there were some coins in the way, but thankfully, the pipes in this game have really good suckage, and Mario can slither his way into the pipe from the side. And getting past that hurdle means we can finish the level no problem. The World 4 tower, however, is where I thought this challenge was dead in the water. It starts out with a relaxing elevator ride up the tower, with some big boos and the occasional coins to avoid. It wasn't until the final stretch of the tower where things started going sideways. Mario enters a loading zone right here, and as soon as the next room loads, we're faced with an enormous string of coins going down the middle of the room. The problem here is the fact that the coins are woven in between a plethora of big boos, meaning even Mini Mario was proving to be too big to squeeze between the boos and the coins. I even got to the point of looking for other secret exits that I may have overlooked, or even completely backtracking to World 1. But I decided to give it the old college try, and with about 15 minutes of abusing rewinds and save states, I was somehow able to avoid the hitboxes of the boos, as well as the coins. And just like the original game, every tower level in this game ends with an incredibly short fight with Bowser Jr., but it's made just a tad harder here, as we need to ground pound his head 3 times since we're Proton Mario. But with all that out of the way, we can finally move forward. 4-4 has a couple of close calls, but nothing too noteworthy. And then we reach the World 4 Ghost House, or the shortest level in the game. So there's a secret exit in this level that leads to another cannon warp, and all you need to do is re-enter the first door you go through like this. What a short and easy level for such a big reward. And this cannon must have been packing some extra juice, cause this bad boy shoots us to the frickin' final world of the game. Yeah, we only played through, what, 8 levels, and we're already nearing the end of the game? I gotta be honest, I'm becoming more and more optimistic that this challenge is actually possible. Let's finish this thing off strong, shall we? World 8 introduces a brand new variant of enemy, these puking bomb gremlins. These guys were in the original NSMB, but they hacked up snowballs instead. Nope, that's the end of the level. That was fast. 8-2 is an underground-themed sandy level with chain chomps and jumpy fire boys. And just like the previous levels, there's really not much to say here. The World 8 tower is weird. No, your screen brightness is not automatically dimming. For some reason, the higher you get into the tower, the dimmer the screen gets. This also includes the HUD, which makes me think this was not intentional by the devs, but I might be wrong. Getting back to coin dodging though, and this big spring underneath a bout of coins was a bit precise. I had to build forward momentum before landing on the spring, and jump as far on the edge of it as possible to avoid snagging the first coin in the string. This next coin row seemed even more daunting than the last, but I put my grown-up pants on and got a little creative. When these platforms move up here, they create a gap perfectly suitable for wall jumping, and with Mini Mario's increased jump height, I was able to easily chain some wall jumps together here without getting crushed. With more precise spring navigation, we can reach the Bowser Jr. fight completely coinless. So, 8-3. I have so much to say about this stupid level. So, this here is a very breezy level. Lots of intermittent wind gusts that make avoiding coins kind of annoying. And what? Okay, so since gusts of wind are a new addition to this mod, there are a few quirks that come with this newfound breeze. If you jump and hold right in midair against a wall, you just kind of go through the floor. Keep this little trick in mind for a minute though. After trekking through lots of frustrating coin placements throughout the level, I got to this impasse. A huge vertical wall with coins running along top to bottom. This is where I thought the challenge was truly over. I tried literally everything I could think of. My first thought had to do with these transparent coins. When you move past one of them, a coin will spawn in about half a second later. I tried to squeeze in between the two regular coins and the dotted coin, but no matter which frame I wall jumped on, I either collected the top coin or the bottom coin every time. Jumping off these two enemies here wasn't giving me enough height either. So, what could possibly be the solution? Well, remember when I said to remember that weird wind exploit from before? Well, this is where I remembered it too. I just started wailing every button on my controller to recreate that glitch. And within a minute of trying... Yep, there we go. Just gotta get to the other side of the wall here, and... There's no floor below me. Well, maybe if I time the wind and a wall jump as soon as I get pushed out of the wall, I can wall jump to the platform ahead. And there's a stupid pokey in the way. And no matter how long I wait to wall jump, Mr. Dingleberg McPollywog was there to foil my plans. And with about 2 actual hours of my life wasted attempting this glitch over and over again, I finally caved in and collected a coin from the wall. Thus, answering the question, can you beat newer Super Mario... Did you hear that? Wait, what? So, I don't think I've shown this off yet, but before every level starts, you have the option to change character. And just like in the original game, Luigi is playable alongside Mario. However, in the original game, Luigi was an exact clone of Mario. The same moves, the same jump height, the same running speed, etc, etc. But here, it's a different story. Luigi has the same movement schemes as he does in games like the Japanese Super Mario Bros. 2 or New Super Luigi U. He's extra slippery on the ground, that's for sure. But most importantly, he jumps. And he jumps way higher. So we shrink Weege down to mite size, bring him to our problematic level, and use this Koopa here as leverage to rocket up to the platform above, completely skipping the wall of coins. Man, I knew Luigi was my favorite bro. And with one last perfect timed wind jump between these chompers and coins, we can officially finish this hellish level completely coin-free. Alright, so 8-4 begins nice and peacefully. Oh god, it's this obnoxious hood rat. one of my least favorite Mario enemies, and he just had to be making an appearance here. Oh, and his counterpart is here too. Well, it's just a big ol' astronomical jamboree here. Well, besides those two doofuses, this level is a walk in the park compared to the previous one. And 8-Tank is an autoscroller, and a very easy one at that. 8-5 is chock full of falling magma chunks that insta-kill Mini Weege, but no coins were ever an issue here. 8-6 is another easy autoscroller, and 8-7 is a lava-filled cave full of chunky hammer bros. This little section here with the invincibility star was kind of finicky while avoiding the coins here, but once I got going, it was smooth sailing. And in 8-8, there were a few instances of close calls between coins and persistent fireballs, but we do once again make it to the flagpole coin-free. Alright, heading into 8-A, and we are only 2 levels away from successfully completing the challenge. And... oh, that's strange. Seems as though this level is deterring the mini mushroom, as in order to begin the level, I need to be Big Weege in order to break the brick blocks. Okay then, I guess once we enter the next room we can just use our reserve mini mushroom. A minecart level? Oh no, I've got a really bad feeling about this. And, as I suspected, the next room is filled with hundreds and hundreds of coins spread throughout the minecart's tracks, and many of which are completely impassable. With no fancy schmancy tricks up my sleeve, and no way to skip this level, that does unfortunately mean that no, it is not possible to beat newer Super Mario Bros. DS coinless. Damn, and we were so freaking close to the last level of the game. As for the rest of this level though, the least amount of coins I was able to collect here was 36. This number is probably improvable, but this was the best I was able to do. And even if the previous level didn't exist, this final level also sees coin gain. This little stretch of 4 coins here is our culprit. They're wedged in between a low-hanging ceiling and constantly being engulfed by large lava waves. These lava waves make passing the coins impossible without picking up at least one of them. And pick up one of them, we did. But besides that, we beat Bowser Jr. and his senior to finish off the game, meaning the least amount of coins I personally was able to achieve in an any percent run of newer Super Mario Bros. DS was 37 coins. And being that this video is only, 18 minutes now so far, how's about we go through the rest of the game and see how many levels are possible coinless? Before we do that, however, I will only be beating each level's main goal, not the secret exits. So if I only completed a level using the secret exit, I'll be heading back to that level to complete it normally. Alright, let's do it. Heading back to 1-2, as we never completed the level proper, and we were just about done with the level anyways, so there's no problem getting to the flagpole. In fact, 1-3, the rest of 1-Tower, 1-4, 1-5, and 1-A were all incredibly easy to get through without collecting any coins. The only problematic level in World 1 is the castle level. The first half is a little precise when it comes to dodging these piranha plants on Ferris wheels, but the real issue begins right after the midway checkpoint. I need to hit that orange question mark switch up there to spawn another Ferris wheel, which lets me access the rest of the level. But there are 2 coins right underneath the switch, and while the far left one can be avoided, the same cannot be said for the one right underneath. Even as Mini Weege, I can't gain enough forward momentum to hit the switch and dodge the coin at the same time, so this one coin must be nabbed. Besides that though, we can square up against the big bad Bowser for a battle of the ages. I mean, boil him in 4 seconds. And we can move our way along to World 2, with only one level in World 1 that made us grab coins. You know what though? I'm getting a little snoozy here. I think before I keel over from exhaustion, I'm gonna take a quick power nap. While I catch my 40 winks though, I'm gonna let fellow content creator Savi the Gamer take the reins for a bit. He's an avid Kirby fan like myself, and even though this video isn't Kirby related in the slightest, I know he'll provide some great commentary nonetheless. Alright, take it away my man, I'm out of here.
Hello everyone, it's me, Savi. Thank you for having me. For those who don't know, I mostly make Kirby content, though I do enjoy dabbling in some Mario stuff here and there. I attended this challenge on my own, and it went a little bit like this. Alright, so World 2's theme is this purpley crystallized underground cavern, and I really like the aesthetic here. Sort of mysterious in a way. Around 3/4 of the way through the first level though, we run into another bump in the road. The game wants us to use this pipe here to shoot ourselves over these massive piranha chompers, but there's a big string of evil coins in the way. And since Mini Weech cannot damage boost through the plants, I need to pick up a mushroom a few steps back so I can damage boost through them. And since the very end of the level once again insists on us using the pipe cannon again, I must use my reserve mini mushroom here in order to do a well-timed wall jump to reach the flagpole, thus making this level coinless. 2-2 is another level where we must pick up a few coins. We're able to get through just about the entire level just fine, but at the end we're met with what seems to be a dead end. But these pipes right there can be cleared away with a switch in this green pipe right here. The said switch though once again has coins underneath. I was able to get away with only picking up 2 coins like so, and we can finish out the rest of the level. 2-3 sees the Mario Brothers harkening back to their roots, with sewage mazes aplenty. But this level does have multiple instances of necessary coinage. The first one is within this group here, as I need to pick up at least 1 to proceed. And the second instance is after hitting yet another switch here. A bunch of coins spawn out of nowhere, and even though they're blue coins, which normally means they're temporary, these idiots don't want to leave, so I need to pick up 5 more coins. So, interestingly enough, 2-A makes using the mini mushroom completely mandatory, and this had me a little bit worried going into the level. But it really wasn't too bad, and getting to the end coinless wasn't that much of an issue. But you know what is an issue? 2-4. It's another minecart level. Yeah, you already know this level has unavoidable coins, and without going into, well, pretty much any detail at all, my best score here was 76 coins. Yeah, these minecart levels can go suck a tailpipe. The World 2 tower has a screen wrapping gimmick, where when you get to the edge of one side of the screen, you wrap around to the other. Well, neat little addition in theory, this only spells trouble for our challenge here. The first oh no moment is right here. Just a big old coin conglomeration that's just cackling in my face. Taking the middle path is the obvious choice here, as it does the least damage to our wallets. Next, we need to use the super spectacular screen wrapping mechanic to wall jump between dimensions. Since the coins of the wall are so close together, I couldn't make it up without collecting a couple more coins. After getting a friendly boost from this absolute unit of a dry bones here, we can finish the World 2 tower with some added weight to our pocket. 2-5 comes in clutch with another coin-free romp, and 2-6 is our first underwater level. Most underwater levels can be beat coin-free since we have such a wide range of movement, and that is indeed the case here. And 2-Castle would have been coinless, but right at the beginning we enter a cannon pipe, and a crap ton of coins spawn out of nowhere. This is definitely the most annoying way to be forced to collect coins, a glorified and skippable cutscene. But we can make it to the big Goomba boss, no problem. And after ground pounding his cranium a bunch, it's time to shuffle our way to World 3. Alright, so World 3 is water themed, and so far, all the water levels have been proven to be a walk in the park. So, does World 3 continue that theme? It's complicated. The first level is coinless, but 3-8 does have us pick up 4 coins like so. These blue coins do disappear, as you can see here, but I need to pass these 3 yellow coins before they turn back into brick blocks, meaning I need to collect 3 temporary blue coins and a yellow coin. And this group of wheels made getting past this string of coins nearly impossible, but I was eventually able to wiggle my way through their blockade, which brings us straight to the goal. 3-2 was actually kind of interesting. In the beginning, I was faced with these coins here, which don't seem like too big of an issue. But the problem is that Mini Weed's minimum jump height is too high to jump over these coins, while also not clipping through the semi-permeable floor here. The solution is to get rid of the mini mushroom to make the jump height small again, and this makes it possible to squeeze above the coin and below the floor. And hey, this level is such a bro. I'm not actually emphasizing that much. And hey, this level is such a bro that it straight up gives the mini mushroom back to us. And the rest of the level is very easy to beat. Free B, Free C, and Free Tower were all easy to beat coinless. And 3-3 sucked hairy scrotes. I need to hit this red switch on the ceiling here, which makes us collect a coin, and then a bunch more in this super tight passage here. Making it to the end from here wasn't too bad though. The World 3 Ghost House was spooktacularly easy, as was the castle, meaning we're now in the clear to make our triumphant return to World 4. Being we've already cleared 4-1, 2, 3, 4, and Tower, we can start back into World 4 at 4A. And while this set of falling platform was a close call, I was able to beat this level coinless. Actually, the rest of World 4 is coinless. This means that World 4 is the first world that can be totally completed without touching any coins. Moving on to World 5, which is a routine snowy world, and oh my goodness, the Goombas are wearing little Santa hats! Too bad this video is just a little late for Christmas, and well, anyways, 5-1 is easy breezy and 5-2 was not. So, halfway through the level, we're met with this section, a bunch of donut floors, 5 coins, and 2 fire bros. I'm actually forced to get rid of my mini mushroom here, as standing on a donut platforms while mini will not make them fall, which I need to do in order to proceed. Then I went on to spend around 20 minutes trying to squeeze my way through the coins, the low ceiling, and the flying fireballs. But I finally got the attempt I was looking for by jump crouching under the low ceiling like so. And after entering this pipe, oh come on, not again! Yup. So after all that hard work to get a coinless level, the game throws more stupid cannon coins right in our face. Thanks a lot, Gerald!
Man, shut the hell up.
5A is an easy auto starter with lots of bouncy spring pads. 5 Towers just clearing blocks away using bob-ombs. And 5-3 was full of horizontally moving platforms, but thankfully, no coins. 5B was fun and dandy, at least up until the end. These spinning Ferris wheel platforms spin through this wall here, and there are coins at the very bottom. I found it possible to skip one of the coins here though, with a well-timed jump. And the same scenario played out right here, except the coins are a bit closer to the bottom of the wall here, so all 3 coins need to be picked up. After all that though, is the finish line. The World 5 Ghost House does see us picking up a coin. In order to make progress here, I need to hit a switch to create staircases, and these steep staircases have coins on practically every step on the way. While it is possible to land in between coins on the stairs, it is impossible to jump off the stairs without collecting a coin. The rest of the house is easy enough though. 5C was full of wobbly platforms, but that was overall a non-issue. And 5-4, as well as the War 5 Castle, were all a piece of cake. And yeah, that about does it for World 5. It was a pretty easy world all things considered. And that's all the time I have. Thank you so much for having me once again, and I gotta go back to playing Kirby's Dream of Fate. That game, way better than Air Ride. If you think otherwise, you need to be checked up, lucked up, I don't know what else. I'll leave the rest to you. Good luck, bye-bye!
Hey man, thank you so much for... Wait, what did you just say about Kirby Air Ride?
Listen, man, we could solve this. We could solve this a checkerboard chase together, okay? Please don't hurt me. Please, okay,
Okay, nah, no one disses Kirby Air Ride like that. Get over here! I'm back! Hooray! Oh, Savi? Yeah, he'll be fine. Forget about him. He's one of those air ride haters. Let's just get back on topic. And holy crap, did I come back at just the right time. World 6 of newer Super Mario Bros. DS is filled with space-themed levels, low gravity, amazing set pieces, remixed Mario Galaxy music, This world is by far and away my favorite in the game, and probably my favorite including the official New Soup series. Even when I found myself struggling to avoid coins, I couldn't help but whistle the music with just the biggest, dumbest smile on my face. Alright, enough gooning for World 6. How was it in relation to the challenge? Well, this world's low gravity feature made avoiding what would otherwise be impossible coins a breeze. This level had me just casually careening through the weightlessness of space, all while avoiding each and every coin presented. And the same thing goes for 6-A. This time we're hopping between asteroids with, as mentioned before, that classic Super Mario Galaxy music. Man, this is such a feel-good world so far. I sure do hope the next level doesn't just kill the vibe out of nowhere. Oh, I see. So for some reason here in 6-2, we're sent back down to Earth, and right before we hit the ground, the game forces us into a ground pound state above a slew of coins. Well, with what I can only describe as frame-perfect inputs, I'm able to move Luigi out of the way right as we gain control of him, and the best outcome I was able to create was to pick up the first 3 coins and dodge the rest. The rest of the level was easy enough, even though we are stripped away of our zero-gravity movement. So we enter this pipe here that shoots us back to space, and... Oh, come on, game. Was that really necessary? I know this level was already impossible to complete coinless, but come on, you're just kicking me while I'm down here. Even though the World 6 tower is just a typical tower level, it still features floaty physics. There are 3 coins to collect in this super narrow passage, so yet again, another level that can't be completed coinless. 6-3 was a simple auto-scroller, and 6-4 is another meteor-filled level, and interestingly enough, Lil Weege can run between the small space between meteors. That's pretty neat attention to detail right there. No coins to be found here either. 6-5 is one of, if not the most creative level in the entire New Soup series. This level is set up like a Mario Kart course, Rainbow Road to be exact, with speed boosts, item blocks, and obstacles to avoid. This level is the definition of amazing. Conceptually. Yeah, so for this challenge, it's a bit of a problem. You see that timer up there? Yeah, this level is supposed to be completed in a very short time span, but dodging coins and making precise jumps slows us down immensely. So as I was zooming throughout the level, I had the idea to hit the midway checkpoint, then die immediately after, since the timer usually resets when you respawn from a checkpoint. Yep, yeah, not here though. I did gain a little time back, since when I initially hit the checkpoint, I had 17 seconds left on the clock. And respawning, I have about 40 seconds, which is better than nothing, I suppose. My first run-through was pretty close. I was like 10 feet away from the flagpole before the time ran out. So, with a bit of optimization, I knew it was most likely possible. On the second try, I forfeited the mini-mushroom since the floaty space physics were causing me to have way too much airtime between jumps. And that was the ticket to victory. With loads of well-timed jumps, it was indeed possible to beat the entire Mario Kart wannabe level without any coins, with only 1 single second to spare. 6-6 has us back down to Earth for one last time, and this time there's no annoying lines of coins in the way, so that's a relief. The one interesting thing here to note was I need to become Super Luigi here to smash through these brick blocks. But the rest of the level never warranted the use of the mini-mushroom, so we make it out of 6-6 coinless. Right after the checkpoint of 6-B, I am required to hit this yellow switch here to spawn platforms. And lots of blue coins. And there's yet another yellow switch on this low ceiling right here that needs to be hit. I tried getting over to the other side with the aid of zero gravity, but my jump height was insufficient. So, another coin in the books to spawn the platforms. If World 6 is my favorite world, then 6-7 is my favorite level. It is an auto-scroller, yes, but you are free-floating throughout space. There is no ground to land on in this level. You simply just jump through the air, avoiding evil stars and devious coins. There isn't much to talk about in relation to the challenge, but I just wanted to give credit on how unique and creative this level is. and we can finish the level without any coins. The World 6 castle is full of rope swings and spiky crushers, and this section here was a pain in the ass. I had to time a jump onto this swinging rope, and as soon as I land on it, move up on the rope just enough to where I avoid the coins, as well as the crusher right above. Besides that though, we smashed Petey Piranha here at the end of the level, and finished the World 6 castle coinless. And that leaves one last world to conquer for this challenge. The almighty World 7. Let's finish this thing off strong. World 7 is by far and away the most difficult world in the entire game regarding this challenge. This is your typical sky cloud themed world, but for some reason, most of the levels here require some of the most pinpoint movement imaginable to avoid coins. And what better way to start than in 7-1, where after we just talked all that smack about World 7, we actually have a coinless level. But believe me, it only gets worse from here. The World 7 Ghost House is where the obnoxious precision comes into play. First, we need to weave ourselves between these beefy ghosts and strings of coins. Immediately after that freefall is a horizontally scrolling platform with a row of coins and a low ceiling. And you know what that means. I have to jump between each of the coins with very little margin for error. And just when I thought I was in the clear, there's an orange switch here that spawns platforms to clear this big gap here. But since there are coins below the switch, we need to find an alternate way over the gap. And with 3 well-timed wall jumps, it is possible to clear that gap, and avoid the 3 coins. Yeah, like I said, World 7 does not mess around. 7-2 has lots of bouncy clouds everywhere, with chompers scattered about, which made traversing around a pain in the ass. Specifically, this part here. There are 2 bouncy clouds right next to each other, chompers on this low ceiling, and 4 coins. Since I'm still in my mini form, the minimum jump height from these clouds will always result in a death from these chompers. After toying around with a bunch of ideas here, like switching to Mario for his lower jump height, I accidentally discovered I was able to stand on the edge of this floor in between the cloud and the chomper, and I was finally able to get past this seemingly impossible section. And the goal isn't too far from here, resulting in another successful level. 7-3 had a lot of teetering platforms with spike balls, but hardly any coins, which was a nice relief after the last 2 dinkus levels. The very beginning of the World 7 tower had me stumped for quite some time. I need to use this spring here to ascend upwards, but the trajectory always made me either collect a coin, hit a block containing a coin, or hit a dry bones, resulting in my untimely death. I then tried wall jumping like so, which wasn't giving me enough height. It was close, but I needed just a little bit more juice to get up there. So, being I exhausted all my options, 1 coin does need to be collected here, as well as these 2 between these spiky sticks. This section is very similar to the previous ghost house, where we need to play hopscotch between coins, but this time it's about 8 times worse. I need to make task-level precision jumps to avoid the coin hitboxes, all while being chased by a spiky stick of death. I kid you not, in order to do this, I had to slow my emulator down by about half speed so I could get the button inputs necessary to pass this. I don't think I would have been able to do this without slowing it down, so is this cheating? I really don't care. Lambaste me all you want. Another frame-perfect jump in the next room, and we need to collect 3 more coins right here before the boss fight. So, yeah, this level was pretty damn merciless, and was nowhere near coinless. 7-4... Oh, good lord! I'm getting flashbacks to the snow blinding levels in the Donkey Kong Country games. This is really tough on the eyes. Coupled with atom-sized Luigi, and this caused a lot of electrocution from this pissant up here. But it was coinless, so that's good, I guess. 7-5 begins with a Koopa that doesn't look quite right. Like, someone put this poor creature out of its suffering. In fact, all the Koopas look like this. Something tells me this is an emulation bug. Oh well. The first half of this level is very easily doable, but that all changes very quickly. After we enter this pipe here, we go underground and need to hit this shell in order to break a bunch of brick blocks. But, oh! Alright, brainstorm time. We purposely die here to pick up a hammer suit in a nearby toad house, since I'm like 75% sure that this power-up can destroy brick blocks. Nope. No, it cannot. And I cannot get enough speed here to activate the turtle shell to break the blocks. Okay, maybe if I hit the big shell like normal and let it roll off screen, it'll despawn, and only collect some of the coins. And hey, that worked. Until it didn't. Well, I give up. If there is a solution to this, it goes way over my thick skull. But after collecting enough coins to pay for rent for an entire year, we can make it to the goal. 7.6 features a load of on-rail swinging bars, but we can make it to the end no problem. And the same can be said about 7-A. We need to trek through this level using tornadoes to keep altitude, but it wasn't bad at all. 7.7 is where the difficulty, yet again, increases tenfold. In this penultimate final level, we need to continuously bounce off these huge bullet bills, all while countless groups of coins stand in the way. But while this level was the equivalent to a nice long session of CBT, I was able to make it to the end coinless. And here we are, the World 7 Castle. Since we've already gone through all of World 8, this is the final level to go through for this challenge. And not to sound anticlimactic, but it was dummy easy. We curb stomp evil lightning-wielding Lakitu in the blinding rainstorm, and beat the final level of newer Super Mario Bros. DS coinless. And what an absolute monstrosity of a journey that was. Before I roll the outro though, I wanted to tack on just one last thing before I go. And that is the stats of this challenge. Here on your screen right now, you'll be seeing the outcome of each level world by world. It's a simple little stat, but it conveys all the outcomes nice and quickly. Across all 80 levels of newer Super Mario Bros. DS, 61 of them were able to be completed coinless. The world that had the highest percentage of coinless levels was World 4, with all 10 levels being successfully beaten. And the world with the lowest percent was World 2, with only 4 out of 9, or 44% of levels completed successfully. And for the stat that I'm sure all of you have been waiting for, it takes exactly 188 coins to beat newer Super Mario Bros. DS. Oh man, what a challenge. This video has been brewing for close to 2 months now, and I am so glad I'm finally done with it. For the next video, I'm probably going to be covering this game's sequel. Well, actually, it's a prequel, because the Wii one came out before the DS, even though originally the DS one came out before the Wii for Nintendo, whatever. I'll be doing the newer Super Mario Bros. Wii next video. Yeah, that's what's happening. Thank you to my man Savi one last time, even though I did commit first-degree murder on him. He'll be fine, don't worry. And, What? What? Okay, fine, I'll say it. I was just told by the amazing and non-biased YouTube algorithm to tell you guys to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and comment what video you want me to make next. Ugh, God, I feel like a frickin' sleazeball when I say that. No matter. That's all for this video. I'll be seeing you guys next time.